Well, hi guys. I'm out here fixing to put more seeds in the ground. I wanted to show you. I don't know if they're going to survive or not, but there's one of the squash plants that I put in the bucket the last planting. The same time I put those seeds out for that, and it's come up, but it's kind of wilted down for now, but it's still growing. But in these pots, I'm going to replant seed. And you can see my squashes come right back up. I replanted seed in that one, in this one. So I'm hoping this time it's going to do better. And I don't know what's going on with this. It looked pretty at one time, and I guess it's the heat. But look at that, y'all. Isn't that a shame? And I've tried to keep it watered with either fresh water or compost tea. And it's just not liking the heat. So what I'm going to do is replant it with Swiss chard, hot peppers, whatever I can find that I can put in here that will halfway grow this time of year. I mean, I've sprayed this stuff. I've done everything I know to do to get rid of the vine borers. So I don't know what else to do. I've never had this problem growing stuff before. And that one's just basically gone. It's probably, you know, the extreme heat we've had is the only thing I can think of. With not being able to water basically every day. There, I put Swiss chard in that one. And I'm going to leave the vine there that's living, because it may come back. It might be just the heat. I don't know. But look at these. I mean, how pretty they were growing, and now look at them. I mean, I think the vine borer got to this one. It killed the vine there, or it's killing it. Something is. The tomato plants are surviving. But I think it's just the excessive heat. Because my poor peppers are the same way. What peppers they've had on them have been stunted in growth because of the heat. I mean, like I said, if you live in a lower lying area than I do, then your plants may do well. But look at there at my shark fin squash. It's just totally trying to die off. And I had squash on it. I mean, look at the squash. I've got squash hanging on the vines that are dying. So I just don't know. What I think I'm going to do with this one is drop a couple of winter squash seed in there because it shows you can plant it in August and September. I mean, this is unreal. Totally unreal that this dirt is this dry when I put compost tea to it last night. Whew. And I don't know, these three right here are basically in the sun all the time. No longer than I've been out here, I'm sweating already. I'm going to drop some Swiss chard here. Because I do love to eat Swiss chard, so. Whew. And as you can see, my little squash plants are coming up from the seed here again. So I'm hoping they're going to survive this time. I got one basil plant living right there in that little pot. Pepper plant over here. Let's see. Hot pepper seed, that's what I wanted to put in here. Beside all this other stuff. Because I basically have no hot peppers. I needed a few hot peppers. Tell you. But I got one coming up right there from seed. But that's a squash or zucchini. Dirt is just not staying moist. It's drying out too fast. And we really do need rain. I'm sorry, I went right down the row and put hot pepper seed in each one of these pink totes and forgot to move the camera. But I wanted to replant some Swiss chard in these. I've already got some growing, but I wanted to put more in because some of it has died out. The Swiss chard is about the best green I can grow here that the bugs don't devour. Oh. Throw a couple of seeds down in there and mix them up. But you can see here what's happened to that one little melon. I'm just going to leave it there. It'll spread seeds, I guess. Woo! It is hot, y'all. And I'm going to have to start rooting some more rose bushes, I know. Go ahead and throw some down in here. It's so thick with mulch, wood chips. It's hard to get down to the dirt. And so marigolds just are not doing anything. It's just been too hot on the marigolds and too dry, I guess, just like everything else. Like I said, this has been the hottest summer for so long without rain that I think we've had. Yeah, I got a seed coming up there that I planted. And that poor cabbage is gone. I can't tell what I'm showing you. I'm out here in this hot sun and can't tell you what I'm showing you. I wanted to show you the... I'm going to throw some Swiss chard in here and see how that'll do. I grew okra in here one year and it did pretty good. See how dry that is? I mean, it's got to have water. Got to have water. I'm going to put a couple of more Swiss cards in here, I think. Got a squash or something coming up in there. And I may go ahead and stick a Swiss chard up in here. I mean, the basil is doing pretty good, but it's having a hard time of it, so. If I just had dirt that would hold the moisture. That basil smells so good. I can't imagine how good my garden would have done if I'd had drip hoses or something that could have run all the time. And putting Swiss chard down here in that little pot may help. Might help that tomato plant grow. This stay moist. I don't know. It dries out so fast. I'm going to have to rethink where I plant everything next year, I think. And I got to finish that bird bath planter. Get rid of the little pots and put bigger pots there so they hold more moisture than what they've been doing. I don't know, but if I could probably get some Swiss chard growing in here. My clematis would probably be better. Because this side's doing a lot better than the other side. Because it's getting more shade. Pick up my I could already see that one squash plant was dying because not only the sun, but it had the signs of the squash borer on it, so it must have got on there. I don't know, must have been left in the dirt. I do need to water again with insecticide, I guess. And I need to get these cucumber vines out of here because they've just burned on the trellis. Basically what they've done. Very little of it is still alive, so I don't know that it'll have a comeback. And I don't know about this. Vine borer's not got to it, but the heat has. Definitely the heat has. Try one of these winter squashes in here and maybe it'll come up and do something. I don't know. Maybe by the time it does, it won't be so hot. I mean, I put the shade cloth up and it's helped some of the things under here, but not everything. I don't know. I don't know. And it does not look like my peppers are coming up in these bricks. Or in these, in my cinder blocks. And I have replanted seed in there, but I haven't been able to keep it damp enough to get them to germinate or anything. my tomato vines are dying because it's just too hot on them. Too hot and too dry. Whew. Drop a couple of seed in there, see what happens. Maybe the Swiss chard will come up where the peppers didn't. So we'll see. I'll put Swiss chard on each side. I've got a couple of tomato plants that have come up in here. So maybe the Swiss chard will grow here. We'll see. The tomatoes smell strong. So the plant does. But when you can't keep your garden watered the way it should be, it's not going to do good in this heat. So we'll see what happens with the Swiss chard. Woo! It is hot. Let me get my bowl of seed here. I might put one down in there. It might help the pepper. Because they were growing good in there until it got so hot. Put some along in here where there's no okra. I got okra come up and lived. I got a few peppers, but not many. I'm about to give up on replanting. But some of this should come up. I found that usually the Swiss chard does not like it right out in the hot sun, but it does tolerate partial shade in this heat. Put some down in there with my let's go down to the other end. This is unreal. I mean, I may have my peppers and my Swiss chard all coming up together. Well, that's okay. I'd rather pull plants out than not have any there. So I'm going to put some down in here. That might help the tomato plant. And here as well. Can't believe my pepper seed has not come up here. Let me get this tripod in the shade so my camera doesn't cut off with me. I'm going to put some more pepper seeds out here. Got a few seeds left. These are hot peppers too. And I need hot peppers. some of the seed I got hold of may not have been any good, but it can't all be bad. Should be at least one or two little seeds in there that's good. Whew. I think I'm going to try some Swiss chard down in some of these pots with these tomato plants. It might help them. I mean, I've already got some seeds. See there? There's a sprout right there come up in that tote from some seed I put in there. Oh. Just don't know about some of this stuff. That pepper plant there is living, but it's so stunted from the heat. I think Swiss chard would do good down in there with the pepper. So we'll see. And here as well. It doesn't hurt to plant something down at the base to help keep the roots cool. Like down here as well. I mean, you find something that'll do halfway decent in your garden, that's what you need to plant. I mean, a lot of stuff would do great here if it just had not gotten hot on it this summer. But it just got too hot on everything. That's been my problem. Gotten too hot with no water. When you got water restrictions and with this heat, it does not make a good combination for a garden. oak trees coming up in here. They have no problem. I've got other stuff coming up voluntary that I don't need. So we'll see what happens here. It's like there, I got several oak trees coming up with my blueberry plant, my blueberry bush. Right there, just pulled them out. Whew. Oh, Lordy. Whew. It is hot, y'all. Don't think for a minute it is not hot out here. I am dripping in perspiration. Let's see if a Swiss chard will grow in that little pot. Oh, I meant to come out here and pick this Roma tomato. One of the last few that have gotten ripe. I might try Swiss chard there. And remember, I pulled that marigold out. And you ought to know my video cut off with me. So I don't know when it cut off, so I don't know what you saw and what you didn't. But I'm going to put a little bit of perpetual spinach right here with this tomato plant. And hope that it does something. It'll probably help keep the ground moist where the tomato plant's growing right here. And I'm going to try to plant some here with this pepper plant. Grab some more seed. Whew. So if all this Swiss chard comes up, I should have me a mess of Swiss chard growing. Just remember not to try to put anything else in the pots with it. and keep it watered. Whew. Man, I'm dying out here in this heat. So, we will see. I mean, my cabbage right here, even though I scalped them a couple of days ago, about a week or so ago, they're all putting out new leaves, right along with the collards. And look here at my Swiss chard since I moved it over here in the shade. Look how much better it's growing. And I planted squash in that orange pot. And my pepper plant right here that the worms just devoured, I got leaves and stuff coming back out on the stem, so that should be okay. So, whew. I just don't know about everything else. I put water to it, but it's just, in this heat, it's not holding the water. Everything is just drying up as fast as I can put it in the ground, so I don't know. Get a couple of Swiss chard there. I just don't know, y'all. I've tried my best. And it don't seem like my best is good enough. But anytime you can grow a small plant next to a taller plant, you're doing it good because it provides shade and cool for the roots. So don't let anybody tell you can only plant one thing in a pot, because that's not true. And I think I had, let me leave this in the shade, a couple of holes here of something that died that I could pull out probably. Put a Swiss chard in there. Even this green stalk tower is not holding the moisture like it should. So, don't know, y'all. And I want to show you something else. As much as I've tried, see that vine coming out of that big gray pot? As much as I've tried to get it to go up the stakes, it wants to go down the pot. It's just their nature to, you know, crawl down and around the ground and go up and over whatever they want to. And sometimes it doesn't help to change it. They're going to go the way they want to go regardless. So, whew. And it looks like I need to harvest sunflower seeds up there. Those seeds are all dried if the birds haven't eaten them all. Looks like the birds pretty well cleaned them out, but there is still seed there. Oh, but it's too hot. I gotta go in the house and cool off. And I'm pretty soon, as soon as the weather cools, I'm gonna take all that plastic and the tarp that's splitting up off of that greenhouse, and I'm gonna redo my greenhouse. But it's just been too hot out here to try to do it. Because you see where it's at, it's right out in the open sun. So, it's been too hot to mess with it, so I gotta wait till it cools off some. So, that's the plan. As soon as the temperatures cool off a little bit, I'm going to order the stuff. Go get the wood sticks or the 2x2s or whatever they call them to rebuild the outside of the frame over the metal. And then I'm going to put a door, a regular door that I can open and close instead of zip up and down. So that's the plan. But this weather's got to cool off. I can't come out here when it's 100 degrees, 105, 106, and 107 the way it's going to be today. It's just too hot. So, with that, I'm going to wish y'all a good day. Please like, share, and subscribe to my videos. Thanks so much for hanging out with me this afternoon. And I'll see you on my next one. Bye now.